Welcome everyone, and you're probably wondering, what's this silly little thing that you're using here, Judah? Well, I'll tell you. In the age of the internet, modern journalists have failed us because, they suck. And needed, far from me to judge them and say that I'm better and my opinion is more valuable than theirs and I have more insight and I'm less biased. However, we're going to be doing exactly that today because, by God, we are fucking better than them and I'll show them that I'm better. So, today I've gathered a list of, I'd say, notable, respected music critics and personalities that I enjoy who thoroughly analyze music and give their opinions on them on the internet, because honestly, I trust these people more than I do just, Pitchfork or Complex, because, they don't have this agenda where they're going to need to get an interview or, some clicks on an article. We'll start by breaking down the tier list. We got the GOAT. There can only be one of them, the best one, the good one, the real one. We got S, they'll make a lot of good points, but, you just gotta remember that they are a person in the end of the day and they have their own preferences, blah, blah, blah. We don't like hearing that crap, though. And A is where they have mostly good points, at the time they're coherent, they could be a bit biased every now and then, but, most of the time it's fair, and even if you don't agree with them, you can understand them. B, they'll have some good points, but a lot of them, they will have a lot of weaknesses and they can be impatient at times, or, every video will perform to their, they will not be articulate every single video that they're in. I'm just gonna point that out right away. C, their opinions exist. They put them out there. Okay, we have D, where points are made. They're not good a large majority of the time, but they're points. And F is just it's a no from me, Chief. I would put just music journalism there, but they don't even deserve a photo for me to make for them. Plus, I'm not fucking bothered to go on Photoshop. Anyway, let's go. Let's start off with I get all the tension out of the way. Let's get the GOAT over and done with. It's just oh my gosh, oh, what's this? Oh my goodness, oh my gosh, oh. Who would have expected that I put myself here? Yeah, it's no beating around the bush there. I'm very objective with myself. I think that my opinions are truly the best, and I'm always coherent. And despite the fact that I have to edit my videos because I stutter and say like and a lot, I think I get my own point across, and I agree with a lot of what I say. Dare I say all of what I say? I know. It's 10 for 10. I don't miss. I'm Stephen Curry at the free throw line. Alright, we'll go now. We'll just go on people I have points to say about. So I'm gonna start off with John Denton. I like this guy a lot. He's really nice, makes a lot of good points. Reaction. He has a really good way of forming criticisms straight after hearing a song, and it doesn't take him multiple listens to, and that's something that's just, you don't find that anywhere else. And he's a positive dude, overall nice guy, but he will call out shit, which I like, and he will just flat out say that when there's stuff that's wrong. And he's learning a lot, and he's really new to the rap community, generally about 4 years, I'd say. Always very articulate, and yeah, just a good guy. It's I think we got a nice S tier right here. I like the guy a lot, and I remember from him from Rock Reacts, and I just thought that was pretty cool as well. All right, next we'll go for a rare one. We got D'Angelo Wallace. Now, he used to do a lot of videos of all kinds of variations, and I did like his music reviews a lot. He would break down it song by song, very objective. He did have his own tastes, and he always prefaced that, which is, what every critic should do, Pitchfork. But I will say, even though a lot of the stuff wasn't to my taste, I do appreciate when you can have a very well-worded review that's long and thorough and unapologetically you. However, I don't agree with a lot of the stuff he says, and he can be very nice to Justin Bieber's album, so we're just going to put him at B. He doesn't do these enough as well. So, yeah, you know what, I feel weird putting him in B because I like the guy a lot, but at least we already have the established goat. So, all right. Next we have we'll do someone who doesn't do it anymore as well. A to Z show. This guy actually got me into listening to music that wasn't just shit from the 80s. So I have a lot to thank him for. It's the only reason I have a diverse taste. It's the reason I'm doing a lot of stuff like now, and really did open my perspective. He had his tastes, like most people do, and I'd say he was very lenient on a lot of things, but it doesn't take away from the fact that he did have a lot of good points about a lot of stuff. And I honestly appreciate when someone can be as positive to find a good thing, even if something is like, not as good as it should be. And yeah, it's a shame he doesn't use the channel anymore. But I think we got our very first 8 here, right there. It's looking good. Nice diversity. All right, we'll go some of the OGs. We got Dead End Hip Hop. I'm just gonna put them all as a collective because fuck gathering all those names, and a lot of the times their top fives do converge into Griselda members. Boldy James albums, which I don't mind, but Boldy James just never. I love Griselda though. I'm a stan for Griselda. Love them. I will say, they're OGs, you've got to pay respect to them. And because there's a lot of them, it always gives a lot of diverse opinions. And they do review a lot of stuff that I feel like does go undercovered by people. And they are primarily a hip-hop channel, which is fine. Not like there's anything wrong with that. It is the most popular genre. And they get shout-outs from people. I'm going to put them at an A tier most of the time. Yeah, because they're not really into experiments and stuff. They can be a bit more traditional with it, so you can tell that. But if you know that, you can just go in with it. But there are times where they surprisingly shock me, like the IDK review, Use For Yourself. They were really nice to that. And it's good because they actually covered it really early. And yeah, so let's keep going. Big Quint. Mostly reactionary, but he always does good summaries at the end. Seems like a good guy. I need to listen to him a bit more if I were to make a judgment. So I could put him at a nice B. B. Seems like a good guy. Big Quint. Good. Seems like a solid lad. Yes. And, you know what? Let's get the fun one out of the way. Do I have to articulate my point here? Of course he's going here. No. Let's move on. Okay. Now, got another classic one. I love this dude. Alpha Media. Just good now. Analyzing videos, covers more than just rap. Has various genres. He can be very soft at times, but when he doesn't like something, he really tells you how he doesn't like it and why. And yeah, sure, he's a bit biased to Kanye, but aren't we all? Aren't we all? And I just love a lot of his videos on music and stuff. Like, it'll be like playlisting and color palettes and of albums and music. And honestly, the fact that he got me into Brockhampton a bit more kind of has to put me in a position to give him S tier. Yeah, love the dude. I wish he would do a bit more reviews, but honestly, if I can get music content out of anything on YouTube, I'll take that as a fucking win. Alrighty then. Now, go for another reaction one. We got my boy, I'm Dante. Mostly because it's reaction, but I do like him. He can be very lenient at times on stuff, but he did torch YB and Namir, and rightfully so. But yeah, I mostly go over him for entertainment rather than critiques. He has favorites and he can be a bit more passable to stuff, but he's not necessarily bad. Now we're going for one of my favorites actually, which is my boy Quadeca, who's going to be another solid S tier. Makes a lot of good points. I like how he just does it on the drive, because I feel like that's another way people should enjoy music, is just like driving. Shit like that really gets an experience like that. And because he makes music, it's good he actually understands like stuff about mixing, as well as like production, what goes into that. And he's just like really thorough, considering he's just doing it on a drive to like the studio probably himself. And he judges all of his reviews by... and he's smart because he tells reviews how they should be by Anthony Fantano's opinion, and as we know, Anthony Fantano is gospel. Praise be. But yeah, Kodeko, solid guy. Check out his album. It's really fucking good. I'm probably gonna buy the vinyl of it once it exists. Make the fucking vinyl. Make the fucking vinyl. Anyway, yeah. Blackie speaks. Alright, Blackie. Go for it. It's a solid A tier. He doesn't generally review products. He mostly reviews like artists themselves. But you know, I think that counts for something. And if he does review a project, he will give his honest opinion on it. He's always very thorough. His videos are always informative. But he did plug me onto Roddy Ricch, so I have to give him that. That could push him up to S, but I'm just going to be A because he doesn't mostly he reviews artists more as a general spectrum. But yeah, I like his stuff. Good dude. Check him out. I like how I'm plugging them, even though like they all have a giant audience compared to me. We got Mr. Volksgeist, and we're going to put him in a solid B tier. He can come off very brash, and he can be a bit more focused on themes rather than like the music itself sometimes. And as much as themes are important, there's the whole idea of executing said things. I could do a plan for world peace, and it could be objectively awesome. But then if we put it out there, and it's a fucking shit fight, I shouldn't be getting credit for the idea that I just put out because it couldn't be executed properly, but because it was good on paper doesn't mean it's good. I like a lot of his videos, and I'd say that all the analysis videos are really good and thorough. Like I love history lessons and shit like that. But when it comes to music critique, you can tell someone's been watching a few Sneako videos. I'm also one of those people. And now we got my boy Brad Taste in Music. Now I just came to him because initially he was just like a jokey skeptic, and I thought that was literally all he was, and it kind of was because he did say he was Joji's like biggest critic. But honestly, I've come around to him. Although I can tell he likes a bit more noise, like oriented, like music. He's going to be very generous to that compared to other stuff. But he's always very thorough, and he always goes back to edit his reviews, and he can be generous at points. So you know, we're gonna put another B. B's not bad though. CDTV the G. Just gonna put him in the A tier as well. I like CDTV the G. His reactions are always amusing, even though he took his position away from his brother. He's always very clear. His top 10 lists are really good. I like those a lot. And yeah, seems like a good dude. Just a really good dude. I like that. He's a nice guy. You're a nice guy. Alright, we're gonna do Mr. Amazing right here. This guy. I'm just kidding. Alright, and we got Captain Christian here. Yeah. Polyphobic. I'm going to put this man in a solid fucking S tier because those videos are fucking god tier. And honestly, like, you know, step up your game, everyone. The man has... It's like better Volksgeist to me, honestly. I feel like Volksgeist got a lot of inspiration from him. But I feel like he put some more substance into like the music, not just the themes of it. Alright, we got Miyomi. I don't remember a lot of this guy's videos. I remember just him being in like the comment section of like Anthony and Sean's videos. So when I do watch him though, he does seem pretty clear. He gets his stuff across, and nothing wrong with that. And he's a bit softer on a lot of like R&B cuts and shit like that. But you know, I'm as well, so I kind of probably gonna have to put him at a B tier as well. Yeah. I like how we're really nice for now. Now, for the top dogs, the kings, the boys of music, the people who rule the YouTube music scene, in my opinion, fucking at me. So yes, we'll start off with Sean C. We're just gonna move this man into the S tier, and then remember he likes Drake, and we're gonna move him back down. But then remember he turns us into a good R&B stuff, and he's really cultured that way. But then we remember that he likes a lot of Future stuff, and then we have to put him right in the D tier. And then we remember how ravishing he looks, and we put him back in the S tier. I like Sean C. The dude has a good ear for production and mixing, and he knows a lot about what the rapper's saying. He's really good at deciphering cadences, flows, and he can pick apart a song like after an initial listen, and that's fucking amazing. And his Twitter is godly. It is. It's just like objectively good, and he's yet to reveal legs. Like, it's so amazing that he's gone this long and he just hasn't shown us the lower half of his body. Like, not many people can do that. Like, the only reason I don't show the lower half of my body is because I'm not wearing pants. Maybe Sean's not wearing pants. I feel like he's not. What if he's just not wearing pants? In which case, I really like to see. Anyway, and now, the melon himself, Mr. Anthony Fantano of The Needle Drop, of the Fantano channel, as well as the now gone and long resting in peace That Is the Plan channel. Anthony is one of the most polarizing music critics, which is probably why he's one of the most popular ones on YouTube, who can be seen as very dismissive, but also very positive, and then also very weird. You can't predict the man. He is an anomaly, an enigma. There are some days where I want to put Anthony here in the D tier list, and there's days where I want to put him in the C, because his points exist. But then I realize there's times where I agree with him, and then I remember when he does the stuff that I disagree with, and I want to put him right next to DJ Academics. But no one deserves to be with DJ Academics. That's just... I really hate that. He's not the GOAT, because that's me, obviously. And he makes a lot of good points, but he can also make really, really stupid points. Like, he does work hard a lot, I'll give him that, because he's always making videos constantly. But there's stuff like the Isaiah Rashad reviews he does, a lot of J. Cole reviews, the IDK reviews he is in, and just times where, like, especially the Lupe Fiasco for Waves Drago, he just misses the fucking point. And rather than correcting himself, he kind of just doubles down on why he can have his opinion, why he's wrong, and he just dismisses a lot of the criticisms he gets given, which is ironic because he's a critic. But along with A to Z, this man has single-handedly helped me find what albums I should be listening to, and I wouldn't have such good taste and foresight to ignore him and listen to him sometimes. So I'm going to put him in the A tier. He is pretty fucking funny. And as much as everyone, including myself, wants to put him in the C tier list or the D tier list or right next to DJ Academics, he does a lot of good. And as much as he can miss, he is a human. And at the end of the day, all of these people are humans, except DJ Academics. I don't know what the fuck he is. He's something of the fucking nether region. But yeah, it's just comes down to your own personal preference. And like with music, if their opinion resonates with you and you agree with it and you happen to listen to it, that's good. At the end of the day, who am I to judge? I'm just a man who wants to have the best opinion. But who am I to who am I to judge who you go to for your music stuff? Honestly, the easiest thing to do is just fucking listen to it yourself. Form your own opinion. And if there's a time where you don't think you want to do it, that's why these critics are here. To save you slight amounts of time. Instead of listening to that 2-hour Amigo project, or listening to that fucking 90-minute Drake project, or listening to that 90-minute Kanye project, you can check whether they think it's worth listening to. Or like in my case with Anthony, just skim through the favorites tracks and just listen to those. And then, if they convince you enough, listen to the rest of the album. And that's how it should be. Here's how they should be. These people should just be a guide to what music you listen to, or what albums exist that are worth checking out, not what opinions you should form. Although they can be right at times, you have to form your own opinion, separate it from them, because you are the most powerful individual when it comes to music. You're the person who helps artists either improve or stay in that weird complacent zone that they're in. If you're not there, they can't make any music. They have no job. So stream wisely and stream Donda. Alright everyone, good night. Oh, I should say subscribe. Subscribe.